In the year 2150, humanity had spread across the stars, colonizing distant planets and forging new civilizations. The United Earth Federation, a coalition of all human-inhabited worlds, had brought peace and prosperity to mankind. But this peace was fragile, threatened by the looming presence of the Zarkonian Empire, a ruthless and technologically advanced alien race bent on conquest. On the frontier planet of Horizon, a bustling hub of commerce and innovation, Alex Ryder, a brilliant engineer, worked tirelessly in his workshop. Unbeknownst to him, his life was about to change forever. "Alex, you need to see this." Mara, a seasoned soldier and Alex's childhood friend, burst into the workshop, her expression grim. Alex looked up from his work, sensing the urgency in her voice. "What is it, Mara?" She handed him a datapad, displaying a holographic projection of an incoming Zarkonian fleet. "Scouts have detected a massive Zarkonian fleet heading straight for Horizon. We need to prepare for an imminent attack." Alex's heart raced as he absorbed the information. "How much time do we have?" "Not enough," Mara replied. "We need to warn the Federation and organize a defense immediately." Together, they rushed to the Central Command Center, where Dr. Elias Trent, a renowned scientist, was already coordinating efforts to prepare for the attack. "We need to evacuate the civilians and mobilize our forces," Dr. Trent said, his voice steady despite the chaos. As the alarm sounded throughout the city, Alex, Mara, and Dr. Trent worked tirelessly to prepare for the impending invasion. The people of Horizon rallied together, determined to defend their home against the formidable Zarkonian threat. Amidst the preparations, Alex activated Rook, an advanced artificial intelligence designed to assist in strategic planning. Rook's holographic form materialized, its eyes glowing with intelligence. "How can I assist you, Alex?" it asked. "We need to coordinate our defenses and develop a plan to repel the Zarkonian fleet," Alex explained. Rook's processors whirred as it analyzed the situation. "I will optimize our defensive positions and calculate the most effective strategies. We must act swiftly." As the hours passed, the tension in the command center grew palpable. The Zarkonian fleet drew closer, their ominous presence casting a shadow over Horizon. But the people of Horizon were resolute, their spirits unyielding. "We fight for our home, for our freedom," Mara declared, her voice echoing through the command center. "The Zarkonians may be powerful, but we will show them the strength and resilience of humanity." Alex, Mara, Dr. Trent, and Rook stood together, united in their resolve. The battle for Horizon was about to begin, and the fate of humanity hung in the balance. In the year 2150, humanity had spread across the stars, colonizing distant planets and forging new civilizations. The United Earth Federation, a coalition of all human-inhabited worlds, had brought peace and prosperity to mankind. But this peace was fragile, threatened by the looming presence of the Zarkonian Empire, a ruthless and technologically advanced alien race bent on conquest. On the frontier planet of Horizon, a bustling hub of commerce and innovation, Alex Ryder, a brilliant engineer, worked tirelessly in his workshop. Unbeknownst to him, his life was about to change forever. "Alex, you need to see this." Mara, a seasoned soldier and Alex's childhood friend, burst into the workshop, her expression grim. Alex looked up from his work, sensing the urgency in her voice. "What is it, Mara?" She handed him a datapad, displaying a holographic projection of an incoming Zarkonian fleet. "Scouts have detected a massive Zarkonian fleet heading straight for Horizon. We need to prepare for an imminent attack." Alex's heart raced as he absorbed the information. "How much time do we have?" "Not enough," Mara replied. "We need to warn the Federation and organize a defense immediately." Together, they rushed to the Central Command Center, where Dr. Elias Trent, a renowned scientist, was already coordinating efforts to prepare for the attack. "We need to evacuate the civilians and mobilize our forces," Dr. Trent said, his voice steady despite the chaos. As the alarm sounded throughout the city, Alex, Mara, and Dr. Trent worked tirelessly to prepare for the impending invasion. The people of Horizon rallied together, determined to defend their home against the formidable Zarkonian threat. Amidst the preparations, Alex activated Rook, an advanced artificial intelligence designed to assist in strategic planning. Rook's holographic form materialized, its eyes glowing with intelligence. "How can I assist you, Alex?" it asked. "We need to coordinate our defenses and develop a plan to repel the Zarkonian fleet," Alex explained. Rook's processors whirred as it analyzed the situation. "I will optimize our defensive positions and calculate the most effective strategies. We must act swiftly." As the hours passed, the tension in the command center grew palpable. The Zarkonian fleet drew closer, their ominous presence casting a shadow over Horizon. But the people of Horizon were resolute, their spirits unyielding. "We fight for our home, for our freedom," Mara declared, her voice echoing through the command center. "The Zarkonians may be powerful, but we will show them the strength and resilience of humanity." Alex, Mara, Dr. Trent, and Rook stood together, united in their resolve. The battle for Horizon was about to begin, and the fate of humanity hung in the balance. The battle for Horizon had given humanity a glimpse of hope. With the Zarkonian command ship down and their forces temporarily disorganized, Alex, Mara, Dr. Trent, and Rook seized the opportunity to plan a more coordinated resistance. In the days following the battle, the survivors of Horizon worked tirelessly to fortify their defenses and prepare for the inevitable return of the Zarkonians. The Central Command Center buzzed with activity as plans were made and resources allocated. "We need to establish communication with the other colonies," Alex said, leaning over the holographic map. "If the Zarkonians are targeting Horizon, it's only a matter of time before they strike elsewhere." Dr. Trent nodded in agreement. "I've been working on a long-range communication array that should allow us to reach the other human settlements. It will take time, but it's essential for our coordination." Rook's holographic form flickered beside them. "I have identified several strategic locations on Horizon that can be used as outposts to monitor Zarkonian movements. Establishing these outposts will give us a tactical advantage." Mara, who had been listening intently, spoke up. "We should also train and equip more soldiers. The Zarkonians won't stop, and we need to be ready for a prolonged conflict." The command team set to work, each member focusing on their respective tasks. Alex and Rook led a team to establish the outposts, utilizing advanced sensor technology to detect any Zarkonian activity. Dr. Trent and his team worked on the communication array, while Mara trained new recruits and bolstered the city's defenses. One evening, as Alex was returning from an outpost construction site, he found Mara in the training grounds, drilling a group of soldiers. The determination in their eyes mirrored her own. "You're doing great work, Mara," Alex said, approaching her. "How are the new recruits holding up?" "They're tough," Mara replied with a proud smile. "They know what's at stake. We're all in this together." As the days turned into weeks, the people of Horizon grew stronger and more united. The outposts were established, the communication array was nearly complete, and the new soldiers were ready for battle. The Zarkonian threat had brought them closer, forging a resilient community determined to defend their home. One night, the long-range communication array finally came online. Dr. Trent's voice crackled over the speakers, filled with excitement. "We've made contact with the other colonies. They're reporting similar Zarkonian incursions, but they're holding their ground." Alex's heart swelled with hope. "This is it. We can coordinate our efforts and mount a unified resistance." The command center was filled with the voices of leaders from various colonies, sharing information and strategies. The sense of solidarity was palpable. Humanity was no longer isolated pockets of resistance. They were a united front. As the leaders discussed their plans, Rook interrupted with an urgent alert. "Zarkonian forces are mobilizing. They're launching a massive assault on Horizon. Estimated time of arrival, 2 hours." The room fell silent for a moment before Mara spoke up. "We've trained for this. We've prepared. Now it's time to show the Zarkonians what humanity is capable of. Alex nodded, his resolve firm. Everyone, to your stations. This is the fight of our lives. The city sprang into action, soldiers manning their posts and civilians taking shelter. The outposts reported increased Zarkonian activity, confirming Rook's warning. As the Zarkonian fleet appeared on the horizon, the tension in the air was thick. The people of Horizon braced themselves, knowing that this battle would determine their future. The sky lit up with the flash of energy weapons and explosions as the Zarkonian ships descended upon the city. The ground shook with the force of the assault, but the defenders held their ground. All units, engage! Mara's voice rang out over the communication network, rallying the defenders. Remember what we're fighting for. Alex monitored the battle from the command center, directing resources and providing real-time updates to the front lines. Rook, redirect power to the western shields. They're taking heavy fire. Dr. Trent worked alongside him, coordinating the city's automated defenses and medical response teams. We've got wounded coming in from Sector 3. We need medics there immediately. The battle raged on, with both sides sustaining heavy losses. But the humans fought with a tenacity and determination that caught the Zarkonians off guard. Mara led a counteroffensive, her team striking at key Zarkonian positions and disrupting their formations. Push them back. We can do this. As the hours passed, the tide of battle began to turn. The coordinated efforts of the human colonies and the strategic use of the outposts gave the defenders an edge. The Zarkonian forces, unable to break through the resilient human defenses, began to falter. "We're driving them back," Alex shouted, his voice filled with triumph. "Keep up the pressure." With one final concerted effort, the defenders launched a decisive strike against the Zarkonian command ship, mirroring their previous success. The ship exploded in a brilliant flash, and the remaining Zarkonian forces retreated in disarray. Cheers erupted throughout the city as the defenders realized they had won. The Zarkonian threat had been repelled, and Horizon was safe once more. In the aftermath of the battle, the leaders of the human colonies gathered to discuss their next steps. "We've shown that we can stand up to the Zarkonians," Alex said, his voice filled with pride. "But this is just the beginning. We need to take the fight to them and ensure they never threaten us again." The others nodded in agreement. "We will fight for our freedom, for our future," Mara declared. "And we will prevail." As the people of Horizon began to rebuild and regroup, there was a renewed sense of hope and determination. They had faced the might of the Zarkonian Empire and emerged victorious. Now, united and resolute, they would continue their fight, driven by the belief that humanity's future was worth fighting for. The victory at Horizon had given humanity a much-needed boost of confidence. With the Zarkonian forces in retreat, the United Earth Federation saw an opportunity to strike back and take the fight to the enemy. A grand offensive was planned, a coordinated assault on multiple Zarkonian strongholds to weaken their grip on human-inhabited worlds. Alex, Mara, Dr. Trent, and Rook were at the forefront of these preparations. The command center was a hive of activity, with holographic maps displaying potential targets and tactical plans. "We have identified several key Zarkonian installations," Rook explained, projecting a map of the galaxy. "These include supply depots, communication hubs, and a major manufacturing facility. Disabling these will significantly disrupt their operations." Mara nodded, her eyes scanning the map. "We need to hit them hard and fast. If we can take out their supply lines and communication, they'll be crippled." Dr. Trent added, "Our intelligence suggests that the manufacturing facility is heavily guarded. We'll need a detailed plan to infiltrate and destroy it." Alex agreed. "This will be our most ambitious operation yet. We'll need the full support of all human colonies. Rook, send out the call for reinforcements." As messages were dispatched to allied colonies, Alex and his team worked tirelessly to finalize their plans. The grand offensive would be a multi-pronged attack, with each colony assigned specific targets to maximize the impact. Days later, the combined human fleet assembled at a rendezvous point in deep space. It was an awe-inspiring sight, with ships of various sizes and designs, all united under a single purpose: to reclaim their future. Alex addressed the assembled leaders via a holographic conference. Today, we stand united against a common enemy. The Zarkonians thought they could break us, but they underestimated our resolve. We will show them the strength and resilience of humanity. Cheers echoed through the comms as the fleet prepared for the assault. The first target was a Zarkonian supply depot, a crucial hub for their operations in the sector. As the human fleet approached the depot, the Zarkonian defenses sprang to life. Turrets and fighter squadrons launched to intercept the attackers, but the humans were ready. All units, engage! Mara commanded, leading the charge in her sleek fighter craft. The sky lit up with the exchange of laser fire and explosions. Alex monitored the battle from the bridge of the flagship, directing resources and coordinating attacks. Focus fire on those turrets. We need to clear a path to the depot. Rook provided real-time analysis and tactical suggestions. Enemy reinforcements inbound. Recommend deploying flanking maneuvers to divide their forces. The human fleet executed Rook's suggestions with precision, outmaneuvering the Zarkonians and systematically dismantling their defenses. Mara's fighter squadron led a daring run on the depot's command center, planting charges and pulling back just as the facility erupted in a massive explosion. Target neutralized, Mara reported, her voice filled with triumph. Moving on to the next objective. The offensive continued, with human forces striking at Zarkonian installations across the sector. Each victory brought them closer to their ultimate goal, the heavily guarded manufacturing facility. The final phase of the plan required precise coordination. The manufacturing facility was a fortress, protected by multiple layers of defenses and patrolled by elite Zarkonian units. Dr. Trent's team had developed a specialized EMP device designed to disable the facility's shields and defenses temporarily. "We'll need to get this device into the heart of the facility," he explained. "Once activated, it will give us a window to strike." Alex, Mara, and a select team of commandos volunteered for the infiltration mission. Under the cover of darkness, they landed near the facility, moving swiftly and silently through the shadows. "Stay sharp," Mara whispered as they approached the outer perimeter. "We've got one shot at this." Using Rook's guidance, they navigated past patrols and automated defenses, reaching the central shield generator. Alex set the EMP device in place, his hands steady despite the tension. "Device is armed," he reported. "Initiating countdown." The EMP blast disabled the shields and defenses, plunging the facility into chaos. Alarms blared as Zarkonian soldiers scrambled to respond, but the humans were already inside. "Move, move, move," Mara urged, leading the team through the labyrinthine corridors. They fought their way to the central reactor, planting charges and setting timers. "Charges are set," Alex confirmed. "Time to get out of here." As they made their escape, the facility shook with the force of the explosions. The reactor went critical, and a massive fireball engulfed the complex, reducing it to rubble. Outside, the human fleet mopped up the remaining Zarkonian forces, securing the area. The grand offensive had been a resounding success, dealing a significant blow to the Zarkonian war machine. Back on the flagship, Alex, Mara, Dr. Trent, and Rook reviewed the results of their operation. "We've crippled their supply lines and manufacturing capabilities," Dr. Trent said with satisfaction. "It will take them a long time to recover from this." "But we can't rest yet," Alex reminded them. "This is just one battle in a long war. We need to stay vigilant and continue our efforts until the Zarkonian threat is eliminated for good." Mara nodded. "Agreed. We've shown them what humanity is capable of, but we need to keep the pressure on." Rook's holographic form flickered. "I will continue to monitor their movements and provide intelligence. Together, we will ensure our victory." As the human fleet regrouped and prepared for the next phase of their campaign, there was a renewed sense of hope and determination. The grand offensive had proven that humanity was a force to be reckoned with, capable of overcoming even the most formidable adversaries. United and resolute, they would continue their fight, driven by the belief that their future was worth every sacrifice. The grand offensive had dealt a crippling blow to the Zarkonian Empire, and the tide of the war had shifted in humanity's favor. The combined human forces had proven their strength and resilience, and the Zarkonians were now on the defensive. But the war was far from over, and the human colonies knew they had to capitalize on their momentum to secure a lasting peace. Alex, Mara, Dr. Trent, and Rook returned to Horizon, where the people were already rebuilding and fortifying their defenses. The command center was once again a hub of activity as plans were made for the next phase of the campaign. "We've received intelligence that the Zarkonian leadership is regrouping on their homeworld," Rook reported. "This presents an opportunity to strike at the heart of their empire and force a surrender." Mara leaned over the holographic map, studying the layout of the Zarkonian homeworld. "It's heavily fortified, but if we can penetrate their defenses and disable their command structure, we can end this war once and for all." Dr. Trent nodded. "We should also prepare for the possibility of negotiations. If we can convince their leadership to surrender, we can avoid further bloodshed." Alex agreed. "We need a multi-pronged approach. A direct assault to demonstrate our strength, combined with a diplomatic effort to offer them a way out." The combined human fleet gathered once more, this time with a clear objective: to bring the Zarkonian Empire to its knees. As the fleet approached the Zarkonian homeworld, the atmosphere was tense but filled with determination. "All units, prepare for engagement," Mara commanded. "This is our chance to end this war and secure our future." The Zarkonian defenses were formidable, with layers of shields, turrets, and fighter squadrons. But the human fleet was ready. Under Alex's direction, they launched a coordinated assault, targeting key defensive structures and creating a path to the planet's surface. "Focus fire on the shield generators," Alex ordered. "We need to bring those down to get our ground teams in." As the shields flickered and failed, Mara led a strike team to the surface, fighting their way through the heavily defended city. The clash was intense, with explosions and laser fire lighting up the sky. The Zarkonian soldiers fought fiercely, but the humans were relentless. "Push forward," Mara shouted, her voice cutting through the chaos. "We need to reach their command center." Dr. Trent coordinated the ground assault from the flagship, providing real-time updates and strategic guidance. "Reinforcements are on the way. Keep the pressure on." Rook's advanced algorithms helped predict enemy movements, giving the human forces a crucial advantage. "Zarkonian forces are retreating from Sector 5. Redirect units to Sector 7 to cut off their escape." As the battle raged on, Alex received a communication from the Zarkonian leadership. "Human Commander, we request a ceasefire to discuss terms of surrender." Alex exchanged a glance with Mara, who nodded. "Patch them through," he said. The holographic image of the Zarkonian Supreme Commander appeared before them, his expression one of resignation and resolve. "Your forces have proven their strength. We wish to negotiate an end to this conflict." Alex stepped forward. "We are prepared to offer terms that will ensure a lasting peace. But know that any attempt to deceive or betray us will be met with overwhelming force." The Zarkonian commander nodded. "We understand. Let us meet to discuss the details." A ceasefire was declared, and representatives from both sides gathered for negotiations. The discussions were tense but productive, with both parties determined to find a resolution that would prevent further bloodshed. In the end, an agreement was reached. The Zarkonian Empire would withdraw from all human-inhabited worlds, disarm their military forces, and enter a period of supervised reconstruction. In return, the United Earth Federation would provide humanitarian aid and support for rebuilding efforts. As the terms were finalized, there was a palpable sense of relief and hope. The war was over, and a new chapter was beginning. Back on Horizon, the people celebrated their hard-won victory. The city was alive with music, laughter, and the sounds of construction as new buildings rose from the rubble. The scars of war would take time to heal, but the future was bright. Alex, Mara, Dr. Trent, and Rook stood together, looking out over the city they had fought so hard to protect. "We did it," Alex said, a smile of satisfaction on his face. "We secured our future." Mara nodded. "We showed them what humanity is capable of. We've earned our place among the stars," Dr. Trent added, "and we forged alliances that will help us build a better, stronger society." Rook's holographic form flickered with a hint of pride. "It has been an honor to serve alongside you all. Together, we have achieved something truly remarkable." As the sun set over Horizon, casting a golden glow over the city, the four friends stood united, ready to face whatever challenges the future might bring. They had proven that humanity was a force to be reckoned with, capable of overcoming even the most formidable adversaries. With the war behind them, they could now focus on building a world of peace, prosperity, and endless possibilities. The journey had been long and arduous, but it had only just begun. And with their newfound unity and determination, there was no limit to what they could achieve.